Okay, like I said, got just done the Mania Night 1 review, and by the time you're watching it, you are already seeing my Wrestlemania 39 Night 1 review, which I will put it in the description box down here so you can guys watch it again and again and again and again. But here we are with Wrestlemania Night 2 review. Little disclaimer for you guys. The title of this vid, I censored the word shit here since I don't want to get because YouTube kinda age. I don't know why. I think it kinda age restricted my Vince with the word Vince stay the fuck away video that I did during Christmas time, I think. That's what happened, so I don't want it to get into that mess again. So I censored it for you guys, but I wanted to make the point across in a title that you guys will read here. So yeah, without that away, let's get into WrestleMania 39 Night 2. And I enjoy and love Night 1. Like I said, it's probably one of the best portions of WrestleMania ever, probably in many, many years. And, well, Night 2, that's the excitement of Night 1. No. I enjoy, let's not, I will not kid yourself. I enjoyed the most part of Night 2. Overall, it was a good show. But it just simply couldn't match the consistency of Night 1, and it didn't feel quite special to me even kind of watching Night 2. Some of the booking on this show did not quite help at matters. And you will see right by towards especially the end of this video. But yeah, Night 2 WrestleMania 39 started with almost going up against Brock Lesnar. So yeah, this was basically just to get the fuck away as soon as he get to his hotel in LA until he can show up for the next night of Raw. That's basically what it was, but yeah, I will give I will kind of give Brock Lesnar a props because I don't think he's appreciated of being a really good seller. When he wants to, he will sell you like a motherfucker. I knew that this wasn't going to be a great technical match. This wasn't, but I expected, the thing is, this could have been either really surprising or really a disastrous match. The idea initially on paper when you hear Brock Lesnar is almost kind of ugh. I was one of those people, but over time I'm kind of eased with that. And for this match, that could have been a disaster turned out to be alright. And this was a short match, but it really all what it needed to be, because all the people really cared to see is Brock hit his comeback at almost and hitting the F5. Basically, that's what the people wanted to see, and for what it's worth, they kind of delivered on some part. And yeah, and like I said with the story and what like I said about Brock being uh, unappreciated as being a really great seller, like he made like he did his part selling for Alma and tried to tell a story with it, like being the high disadvantage against someone like Alma. Like Brock did it, he did his job here and he pulled it off quite nicely. Like this wasn't good. This wasn't like a really good match, but for what it did, it was alright. Like almost did his thing. Like he's kind of limited at this point, basically, for what he can do for his size. So yeah, so but did his comeback, hit the F5, bunch of Uncle Brothers and win. So yeah, this turned out to be okay. So the next match is the Women's Showcase. You have Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. I swear, Rodriguez had to have been with a lot of fucking tactics in the last few months. Have you guys fucking noticed that? Like, so it's Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez against Natalia and Shashi Blackheart, and going up against Selsha Green, and Sonya Deville was originally supposed to be Carmel with Carmel and Selsha Green, but I don't know what happened to Carmel. But yeah, remember what I said about the men making the most of their time in their man showcase, man, and that turned out to be really kick ass. This they did not work as well as the man, and it was a really sloppy at times, and yeah, like like I think Ronda Rousey being injured did not help any favors, did not help any matters with this either, because like Ron and I even noticed like Ronda and Shayna were out for most of this match, and we're up to the other teams to carry it. So yeah, so this wasn't like completely garbage, terrible, but it was almost quite bad this match. So yeah, this wasn't any good. It was pale comparison to the men's match. And Ronda Rousey Shayna just sweep back in towards the end of the match and they won their match. So yeah, not 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 quite good match. That's all I'm gonna say. And it's kind of like the Cena Theory match from the last night, from the night one previous one, where it could only go up from here. And boy, they did. With the Intercontinental Championship triple threat between Gunther defending his title against Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. And I think I even said like I think it was like Cash of the Castle review where I said like, if you put Gunther and Sheamus in a ring for the IC title again and at stage like Mania, I said it could potentially be the best match of any weekend of that show. And when you put on Drew McIntyre on it, and like, is it possible to all three being the assassin person with their background culture? Like, I love all these three guys as talent, and this match was fantastic. easily match of the night for me. And like, I will get to all the other matches for the rest of the matches, but like, god damn, this was awesome. Like, might be the my favorite match for all that weekend. Like, holy shit! Like, this was three big motherfuckers trying to beat the ever loving shit out of each other, and it worked and 1,000 times over. My God, and yeah, like, and I'm gonna say this again with Sheamus, like, I, it's been, it's quite insane how he will be with this company as of this year for 14 years. She will be with this company for 14 years. And like, and like, it's quite amazing how, I even said like, I never liked his babyface one when they tried the first time with him as a face, like 2012, 2013. I never quite like it, and actually, in actuality, I quite hate it at times. But boy, he's made a believer in this past few years. Like, this is the last few years, like, ever since like, I want to say like 2020-ish. Like, he has been pretty much the best he has ever been in the ring. And the crowd could finally see it in him. And that crowd pretty much went nuts for him. Like, yeah. And Drew McIntyre is, like, apparently, I have seen the rumors, like, his contract is apparently expiring this year. And apparently, two sides aren't even close to reach a new deal as of this moment. So look, I don't know. I don't know what could happen to Drew for the rest of this year if he leaves or not. But like, yeah, I think he showed in this man why he has been carrying the workload for this company, especially when he was like WWE champion throughout in the pandemic era with no crowds and the Thunderdome era. He really showed why he could be like a face of this company. And Gunther, like, he's pretty much close to be my favorite, my wrestler of this year so far. Like, he has been a revelation to watch since ever coming up to the main roster just a year ago. And to see how far he has come with this IC title run, his stellar performance being in the Royal Rumble for 1 hour, and to have here in the best IC title match of WrestleMania in many, many, many years. Like I said, probably the best IC title match since like Racy and Shawn for WrestleMania 10. Like, to see how he has come, it's been a joy to watch. And boy, he had me really believe that either Sheamus or Drew could win that title. Like, it was that convincing. But yeah, I can't say enough great things about this match. It was physical, it was brutal. Like, Sheamus and Drew fucking had me with those kickouts and stuff. They really fought both like I could have won. But Gunther able to get through and hit some clothesline and hit the power bomb. Hit the power on Drew McIntyre on top of Sheamus' back, and Gunther picks up Drew and hits, I think, another one and picks up the win for the IC title. I thought he might lose, but like, in a real way, I kind of glad he retained here since he's been probably the best. He's been the best IC title. Shit, he's been the best IC champion in this company for in many years, and I can't wait to see how far he can go with it. Like, and I hope after this break they have to give him a fucking main event run. Like, like if he does not get a main event run coming out of his IC title run, then this company doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. Because Gunther, especially after this, he's probably that guy. So yeah, awesome match for the IC title. Like I said, can't say enough positive things to say about. Um, the next match for the Raw Women's Championship, Bianca Belair defending against Asuka, who won the Elimination Chamber the previous month. And this was like, they didn't quite match Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley, but it was still a really good match in its own aspect. It's just, I don't think the crowd pretty much cared for it. Like, Bianca Belair, fun fact, my brother tested and showed me a picture that she was wearing a Superwoman-esque gear. And it's quite funny of how Bianca did not have the gear she was wearing when she came into it wasn't quite ready, and the color guy pretty much helped through it to get the finish done to the attire, to the one that she won at Mania this year. That was quite hysterical, and so that was a great communication for Dakota to make such a attire at such a short notice. And yeah, like, it was a cool nod. I guess I probably think she probably watched Superwoman and thought, hey, I'm gonna wear a tie similar to this. So yeah. So like I said, this was a really good match. Just the crowd did not care for it, and for that reason, I didn't think Asuka was winning, because she kind of cooled off after the Elimination Chamber, in my opinion. And they really did not give anything to give me a impression that she was winning. If anything, it gave me a impression that Bianca was winning. And Shorty did with a cool well, it's a cool finish with Asuka tried to hit the Asuka a lot, and but Bianca pulled through slowly and hit the KOD at the same time and managed to pull out the win. Which, but then again, it's like with Bianca Belair retaining here, where do you go exactly as champion? I mean, when apparently the draft coming up soon, maybe you can do Bianca and Charlotte, but apparently Charlotte is taking time off soon, so it's not like this match is happening any time within the next few months, because we don't even know when Charlotte coming back. So yeah, they're kind of a little bit screwed with the options with Bianca as champion. So that is why I do question it. But it's cool, I guess, to see Bianca getting that Roman Reigns-esque title reign with his Raw Women's title reign. And if she continues to keep up with the level she has been throughout the past year as champions, I guess it's fine, but like, yeah, they kind of need to be careful how they build their women's division. and try to keep the level of credible challenges for her. So then again, they kind of have the same problem with the other champion, but I'm gonna get towards the end of the video. That's what I will say. So we get another impromptu mismatch, and oh boy, so you had this impromptu match. I kind of knew that's what they were gonna do, especially how they just did an impromptu match with the Miz on the previous night. I kind of had a feeling they will do another one, just for the sake of it. So, but yeah, but like instead of being Bobby Lashley, who we literally just saw appear on stage with the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal trophy that he just won, and having just awkwardly just standing on the stage doing absolutely nothing, and or maybe LA Knight just to get him fucking something to do, because he wasn't even on this fucking Mania show. I thought he would be, but apparently fucking wasn't. So instead, give it to either two guys that could have used it. You have to do it with Shane fucking McMahon. Shane O'Mac. Yep. And maybe I should have saw this coming with Vince McMahon apparently being backstage at the fucking show. And with him potentially being the last, most likely being the last Mania that Vince, with Vince owning the company, says they're now about to sell to fucking Endeavor Group and stuff. The Endeavor that buys UFC. Apparently it's gonna buy WWE, apparently. So with potentially being the last Mania with Vince McMahon, as Vince McMahon the owner, I can kind of see why he would want to make it up there, but like, again, it's like, you could have used either Bobby or LA Knight, well, work were the same, and it was quite evident since Shane was the bell rung, and Shane literally fucking blew out his right knee seconds toward this match, and props to Snoop Dogg for handling as professional as he can be, and tried to salvage this by hitting the Miz and pretty much beating the Miz with the people's elbow. We couldn't get a lot for this Mania, so we fucking have Snoop Dogg with a people's elbow, which it was quite actually decent actually. But Snoop Dogg beat the Miz at Mania. So the Miz 2 nights ago got his ass kicked and humiliated. Which I kind of figured that's what eventually that's why he was the host of this show. So he could build up like, yeah, you could have done either Bobby Lashley or LA Knight and it will work the same as you will want to accomplish, and you didn't need to have Snoop Dogg, who, like I said, I'll give him props. He did his best job to salvage this entire thing. So yeah, but I hope Shane is fine with that knee, because man, that fucking suck. That's what I will say about it. So the next match is Hell in a Cell. It's Edge against Finn Balor. Demon Finn Balor. You know, it did with Edge and Finn Balor in Hell in a Cell. I think it was just getting as good, but it didn't reach to the quite level of the intensity as I expected to be, and with the guys being in. I mean, with this being the final match of this rivalry between Edge and bad adjustment Day, you would think like it would be so much more. And like the entrances were pretty much the entrances was pretty much the best part of this match when you really think about it. With the Ash coming out the South of Hate of Heaven Slayer theme and Battery's theme, it's always great. His entrance. So it was good, but it didn't quite reach the level in this as I hope it will be. And Battle getting cut and having to get checked by doctors and stuff did not help any matters with this. And you can kind of tell they kind of rushed this match. They were kind of rushed to end this match since Battle was apparently he was coming in hurt anyway, and the station just made it that much worse. So you could tell it was kind of rushy towards the end of the match, and they had to hit their best spots, and it was quite a shame. With this being Edge's last Mania, you would expect, because who knows, because Edge has said it, I think right after where Raw went off the air, he said he wanted to be retired by in Toronto, I think. And I think a certain show, I think SmackDown, is in Toronto in the summer. So for him, this be his potential last Mania, you would think he would go out really strong, but he kinda did, but not really. Like, he kinda did, but not quite really, if you know what I mean. So this was a decent to good match that should have been great. That should have been felt a definitive epic ending to this saga between Edge and the Judgment Day. So yeah. So the finish was, I think Finn was going to do the coup de grace with Edge on the table, but he missed it. Then Edge, I think he hit the spear and hit the concerto on Finn Balor to win. And like, I don't mind Edge winning, but I think Finn Balor, with him coming back as the Demon, especially, I think quite needed the win a lot. Since Ed has got quite a few wins more than he kind of should in this story with Finn Balor and Judgment Day. But I'm not going to harp over it too much. They did the best job what they could have with the type of. It was a good match that should have been a lot more than it should. If for being a Hell in a Cell match, like I love the color, the original color, the symbol of Hell in a Cell. Like I said with the Hell in a Cell, the original one. For a match, I thought it was, like I said, I thought it was good. Should have go out great. I'm not going to harp over Edge winning, but I think with Finn Balor quite needed a victory more. And it's like, where do you go from here? And that's kind of the perfect description for the next match. For the Undisputed Universal Championship, you have Royal Rumble winner Cody Rhodes against the reigning defending Undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns. Wow. Oh my God. Like, where do I start with this? Like, the match had a big fight feel. The crowd, for most cases, were pretty epic for this. And it's been a long time coming. Cody was Roman Reigns. Like, it felt like a huge match. The entrances felt really big. Like, the crowd knew it was big. And for what they did in the ring, like, it was great. The match, the in-ring story was great with like, it is like kind of hard to say about it because the match itself, for what they did in the ring, was really epic. Like, if like the story was great, the drama was epic, the near fall was just, oh, like, I felt it for those near falls. Like, it had the level sense of big fight feels that most Mania main events don't really quite have in recent years. So for that, it felt really great. Like, you even had the Usos and Owens and Zayn getting involved. That was great. The solo interference at the beginning was quite awkward, but you gotta this for saying Cody just beat him last week, so you kinda thought he kinda had to get somewhat during the match. So I kinda knew that. So yeah, so you had all this. This was a really, really great match. It wasn't my match that night. That would be Gunther, Sheamus, Drew McIntyre. But this was my second. So this was really great. Then a finish happened. So Cody Rhodes hitting the punches beyond the elbow drop. You would think like, oh man, like, this has gotta be it here. Roman has been champion for so long, like, and how they end, like, this has gotta end. So he hits one crossroad, two crossroad. We're about to hit the third one. Then fucking Paul Heyman distracted the referee. Solo again interferes, hit the Samoan spine, and Reigns hits the spear. So basically what they did was replay the Clash of the Castle finish. So as I since I revisited my Clash of the Castle review, I'm gonna revisit some of my points. Like, the real kind of surprise of the night, out of everything we have seen this whole weekend, is you built this match for quite a long time just to have Roman Reigns retain again. So literally everything you did in the build-up between Cody and Roman was one gigantic waste of time, because you are back, right back to the status fucking quo. And like I said, even when I predicted Cody as Roman, even when I predicted that Cody was winning, I wasn't that confident. And maybe, like I said in my Night War review, I should have seen it coming with how the Night 1 ended with the Usos losing, and with Roman Reigns pretty much closing in on 1,000 days. You will figure that is the direction that they want to go with. And maybe you will see Roman Reigns, Jey Uso down the line. maybe. So, but for this night, for how they ended, this was garbage. Hot, steamy pile of garbage. Like, this is what you thought you were gonna send the people home happy with? All this build up with the Cody was a Roman Reigns just to have the same fucking finish that you did with Drew McIntyre and have Cody Rhodes just lose like this? Like, what the fuck? And like, it's a really damn shame that Cody Rhodes had to lose in such a way like this at a moment like this. You thought like, man, like, with all the build-ups and stuff, with him wanting to win his title that for his father that he never win, you would think like, oh man, like, this is it, like, the timing is everything. But nope, you have to do the same fucking finish that basically most Roman Reigns matches have ended for the past year or two so. And like, you know how people hated Triple H's reign of terror in like 02, 03? Remember how people hate, I'll say, how he buries people, demolishes the whole roster with no new stars in place for during that reign of terror? Well, you can kind of add Roman Reigns to the comparisons to Triple H because, my fucking god, like I didn't see it initially with Roman's reigns of terror, with Triple H's one in 02, 03 reigns of terror. But now I can see it in a whole fucking different manner. Like, this is a guy that pretty much smashes the whole roster with basically no new stars being made during his time of that. Like, even Cody Rhodes wins a rematch in some sorts of SummerSlam. Like, would you guys care? Would you guys really feel inclined to see him win? After just seeing him lose like this? Haven't been thrown the rubber chicken. That's why I put the rubber chicken in the title of the win. I don't know. I cannot answer it right now. Like, even if they do the rematch just so they pretty much sacrifice a whole moment just for a milestone, a 1,000 day milestone for Reigns that potentially is up next month. That's basically what he did. So, like, I don't know what to say. Really. I don't know what to say anymore. Because now it's like, you put a situation with Roman where people might not care if he loses the titles now. Because like, you have it fucking go smash the whole roster with barely any fucking credible challenges to challenge for Roman. Like I said, maybe the Jey Uso match and potentially the Cody rematch if they do that SummerSlam. But that's basically about it. maybe even was, but that's basically it. Like, this fucking dude has basically smashed the entire fucking roster that hasn't been smashed by fucking Roman. Ugh. And that's why I can see some comparisons, like, to the reigns of terror that Roman is having now, to what Triple H having a reigns of terror all 203. At least Triple H lost the world title every once in a while. And at least he did make stars sort out of Randy, even though you kind of bury him. At least he made Batista out of it, so that's a plus. This series, like, god damn. And by the time this is over, like, they will have no one to blame for themselves for this, because they allowed this guy to just manhandle the whole roster with, like I said, no real stars being made out of this. So this was a great match that was tainted by a horrible, horrible finish. And it really sucked the life out of this show. Out of this whole Mania entirely. Like, overall, this Mania was pretty freaking great. And, like, overall, this might be one of the best Manias in years. Like, overall, like, night 1 was great. Even though night 2 wasn't great as night 1, it was still good in some aspect. And it was fucking shadowed by this fucking abysmal finish with yet another babyface smash by Roman Reigns. Another body being fed to Roman. And like, what you really accomplishing by, other than Roman having 1,000 day reigns? Like, what you accomplishing with? At this point, nobody is fucking accomplished by this other than Roman Reigns. And like I said in my previous prediction, 950 something days he has now, or 1,000 reigns. He's already there. He's probably going to be in the conversation for like the greatest of all time and stuff, and Mount Rushmore. I don't particularly consider it that now, but he's pretty much going to be in that conversation for many people. So he was already set. So him losing that title at this particular Mania will be all acceptable. And it will give the crowd something to remember and let the show being happy with. Instead, you gave the crowd absolutely fucking nothing. And you accomplished and you gave them the assassin fucking finishes that we see for a good chunk of Roman Reigns' title reign. And at this point, I'm fucking fatigued by it. So, yeah. So there is that overall for WrestleMania 39. It's been a crazy, crazy weekend. It took a lot of time to talk about Mania. But here we are. So, yeah, until the next Mania next year. So, Super Revolution style, like this video if you haven't, subscribe. Tell me what you think about overall WrestleMania and this night 2 show in the comment section below. And as always, I'm Jason Maenius, and I approve this message.